Luxury Hair. How are you? Yeah, I'm doing great. So I was calling actually because we did have a opening for the appointment tomorrow if you wanted to come in. Yeah, so it would be about a 5-hour appointment for the full service. Okay, I'll put you down. I'll just gonna move that from next month then, okay? So it would automatically cancel your next month appointment. You'll get a notification. You too. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hello, how are you? Welcome in to Luxury Hair. I'm Midnight. Do you have an appointment? Okay. And what time was your appointment for? Just check here. Yep. Okay. So you're actually going to be with me today. And it looks like you just did a call-in appointment, so I don't have any of your information really. So we're gonna go ahead and just create your profile, okay? Perfect. All right, so let's just go through all of the information. Just gonna verify your full name. And what's a good phone number for you? Got it. And an email. All right, I've got that. And what's your address? City, state, and zip code. Got it. And do you want to provide a month and day for your birthday? You would receive a special birthday promo package. Okay, what's that? Oh, so you have one coming up. Good. All right, so I'll put that in. You'll get a notification to schedule. It'll probably come through soon because we usually send you a notification for that about a month out. All right. Perfect. And do you have anyone you would like to refer today to our salon? You do get 10% off of your service for every person that you refer. Okay, go ahead. And do you have their phone number? Okay, go ahead. All right, and then relation to you? Friend? All right. Got it. Okay, and then I just want to add to our computer system here. Do you have any allergies to any products? Including food allergies, because sometimes we'll use masks, like we have a banana mask, things like that. So any type of allergies. Okay, have you ever used any products that kind of give you an adverse reaction? Okay, and are you allergic to latex? And what about coconut? Okay, and anything else that you would like to mention that you want stored in your profile? All right, go ahead. Okay, so sulfates in any type of product. So we definitely don't use any products with sulfates, but it's good to note, so I'm gonna add that. And is that just because you do not want them used in your hair or you're allergic? Okay, thanks. All right, so I've got your profile set up. All good today, that's wonderful. And I'm just gonna finish checking you in. Perfect. So with that being said, are you familiar with our salon? Okay, so how did you hear about us? All right, let me just, I'm gonna add that. We do have a question for that in your profile. So social media. Okay, so basically we are, as our name states, a luxury salon. That means that typically each of our stylists or cosmetologists take one appointment per day, and that appointment typically takes around 5 hours long. What we do for that appointment is we start with a very thorough consultation with you, where I'm going to look at your hair. And you have beautiful hair, by the way. Do you mind if I just kind of take a quick look? Okay. How long have you been growing it out? Oh wow, really long, really gorgeous. So we take a quick look at your hair to start with, and I'm obviously going to do a much more thorough look. I will ask you a bunch of questions about your hair, and I'm just going to do a hair assessment. I will go through some potential style options with you, and based on your hair assessment, I will put together an agenda for our appointment. Typically that includes some type of spa treatment for your hair. That could be a scalp treatment, it could be steaming, it could be both. We of course are going to do your hair, so I will go through. I have lots of options to show you in terms of what do you want your new hairstyle to look like. Okay, and we'll go through that. In this appointment, I'm also going to be doing a color analysis of your hair. So I'll start looking at your current hair color and the questions I ask on whether you have dyed it before. Then I will be using this, and I will do a color analysis of exactly what we will need to do to get you to your ideal color based on the request that you have for the color. Now I do have quite a bit of options. I have every color that you can think of in my book. So we will go over exactly what you want, and then I will figure out with our color analysis how to get there without damaging your hair, okay? Typically this does take one session. If you're going from like black to blonde, then it might take longer, but you don't have black hair. So after that, the next appointment will be for your color changes. We'll do a really nice wash of your hair and a treatment, and then the following part of the appointment will be to trim and style. Yep. In addition to any other treatment that you need during that time, so blowout, steam, whatever. Then we'll finish up with whatever that blowout, steam style is, and then we will finally close out with me showing you some products that you can purchase if you want to before you leave today, and some free samples. Okay? All right. So I'm gonna just start by combing through your hair a bit and taking a look and just seeing what your hair's looking like, what kind of condition it's in, and then I'll ask you some questions. Okay? And you're comfortable? Okay, good. just gonna tilt your head this way. Thanks. Yeah, I've been here for 8 years. We recently did a campaign on social media and it's gotten us a lot of new clients, which is great. Large majority of our clientele are repeat clients that come in on a very regular basis. So, I mean, that's always good, but you always want to keep building and getting new clients too. Yeah. So I'm just going to tilt your chair up a little bit. All right. I'm just going to start asking you a few questions, okay? 1 second, let me just get your client over here. Alright, so first question, how would you describe your hair type? Okay. That's great. Most people don't know, like, 2C, 4C, 4B, whatever. So that's really helpful. Okay, so when you get out of the shower, hair's wet, what texture is your hair? All right, that makes sense. When you get in the shower and your hair's dry, how does your hair react? Is it hydrophobic? Does it take in and absorb water easily? Okay, and is your hair currently dyed? Okay, so just some of these highlights. And how long ago did you get the highlights? I'm just gonna look and check and see if we have any low lights in the back. Okay, so it does look like they went and did a little bit underneath. So most of them appear on top, but I can see a bit where they did the lights. Okay, let me just write that down. Have you ever bleached your hair? Okay. Have you ever dyed your hair any shade of red? Okay. Have you ever dyed your hair black? Okay. Have you ever had any issues with hair loss? So right back here. Okay, and then you said right here on the front by your temple. Okay, it's gonna Yeah, I see what you mean. So, let me look on this side. I see. So a lot of this is typically the result of pulling your hair back in a tight ponytail frequently. Let me see, 1 second. So a lot hair loss by your temples and some back of the scalp. Alright, so in this area, right there on the temples, typically that's from pulling the hair back tightly. Do you do that a lot? Okay, and I'll ask you some questions about that too later in the questionnaire. Okay, have you ever had any scalp issues? Like dermatitis, anything like that? Dandruff, psoriasis? And how do you treat that? Mm-hmm. What shampoo? Can't remember. It's okay. Do you still use it? No? Okay. I'm going to use my tools here and I'm just going to take a bit of a closer look at your scalp just for the purposes to understand if you currently have any inflammation or anything like that. Alright, I'm just going to turn your head a bit. So I'm just going to use this and scratch the scalp a bit, okay? Nothing too harsh. This one. Alright, and when was the last time that you had trouble with your scalp? Mm-hmm. Second. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that looks good. No issues. Right now, scalp looks pretty healthy. Got a minimal amount of dryness, so we could definitely do a hydrating scalp scrub on the hair, or on the scalp. Sorry, not on the hair. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Have you done one of those before? Okay, we'll talk about that in later in the appointment. Okay. Now I'm just gonna ask you some questions about your style. How do you typically style your hair? Alright, and do you want to change that? Mm-hmm. Do you wear your hair down a lot? And do you use heat on your hair when you style it frequently? Okay, how often? Is that like a curling iron, straightener? Just look at your ends, okay? So you can see your ends are pretty good. We could take a little bit off. We don't need to do much. Honestly, they look pretty good compared to how long ago you told me that you have last trimmed. To the side, about the same. Look at the back. Yeah, I think so too. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. And what are you looking to do with your hair for this makeover, this hair makeover? So maybe like some type of keratin treatment as well. Something to bring back some of the life to the drier ends. Like that. I like that idea. Okay. Anything else? Some layers. Some more volume. Layers are great for that. And I think you want to do some bangs or anything? Maybe? Just section. So this would be the area we would work with the bangs. I like this a lot. Yeah. So we could definitely work something in there. Yeah. Okay, we'll figure that out. I'll show you some options. Okay. Right. Okay, I'm looking at my product a lot. I want to make sure I have a couple things in. And I'm thinking for your hair. And you said no soy product. Let me just check this one and make sure. No, that's common. I can check for you. It's fine. All right. So that product, soy, no soy. Okay. We're good on that. And then let's go ahead and do your color analysis. Okay, now for this we are going to use my color book. Again, this has pretty much every color that you can think of. So I'm going to see, I think your current color, I'm just going going to do a quick check, okay? Yeah. Alright. So I'm seeing in your hair, you are looking like you are at a light copper, golden brown. So right around this one, you actually have, it's washed out a bit, so you're more of a strawberry at this point. Let me see here. Where's my blondes? Here we go. So maybe this one. Yeah, this one is very close to yours. So we're gonna say you're at a 9.3. Very light golden blonde. Now, whenever you first went to this color, what were you closest to? Were you closer to something up here or something over here with these? Like this one? All right. And for your blonde highlights, you had a warm blonde. So let me just see here. Okay, you were probably over this side of the warm blonde spectrum. You tell me. Like a honey. Yeah, let me see. That's an ash, so I wouldn't say that would be you. Yeah, here we go. This one. This book is so large. It does have everything though. That's the good thing. Okay, so you're thinking like one of these. Which one? That one? So that's the very light golden blonde, which is great because it's also on the 9 scale. All right, now for your transformation, let's just take a look at my hair book. And I'm gonna flip through, no pressure, just let me know if you see something that catches your eye that you would like for this style. Okay. We have some shorter cuts, but you said you did not want any shorter cut, right? Okay. All right. That color. All right. Let me see. Do you like this color? A little bit too platinum. Okay. And what about the bangs? Okay. You like this kind of style? And she does have layers, and you talked about layers. Do you like these waves? Okay, you could do something like that. Let me just take down some notes. And hold on. So I know you're not looking for this color, but just tell me what you think about this style right here. These swoop bangs kind of remind me of Ella Langley a little bit, so I know that's kind of a style that's in right now. Are these blondes also too platinum for you? Yeah? Okay. So we're gonna go for more of a honey blonde. Alright. You like this kind of honey blonde? And you like those roots? Okay, let me look. Are your roots that color? Well, they're lighter, yeah. Okay. Have you thought about a balayage? Let me see. I'll show you one. I know I have one in here. It's just a matter of locating it. That's a good picture to show you too. 1 second. Yeah, we definitely do a lot of those. They're very in right now. I really want to find this kind of balayage for you. So it will just fade in from one color to the next. I do want to show you this part too. Oh, here we go. Okay. So first here's a balayage where she is going from a brunette. I'm trying to keep the glare off of the page. I'm not doing a very good job of it, but so she's going from this brunette color, and you see how it slowly morphs into this nice red. Yeah, so we could do that for you with the blonde to like that strawberry blonde color. And then we could keep the strawberry blonde at the top to match the natural shade. And if you're doing that, when we would want to play off the blonde undertones of the strawberry so it blends well. And see how this is like a really pretty, she kind of has it done a little bit because you see the bottom is more strawberry blonde. So we could do something similar to that. Okay, so I'm thinking we would probably do, let me find the blonde. We don't want ash. I'd say we go for a lighter tone than that. Okay, so I think what I would do is mix a bit. I'll show you what I mean. So we can go in with this warm natural blonde for most of your hair. If you wanted to do something lighter, we could do this one, or darker, we could do this one. You like this one? All right. So we're gonna do 9NB, and this would be for the majority of your hair. So probably, are you thinking that you want to keep the strawberry on top and do blonde at the bottom, or opposite? That's what I thought. Okay, so we would start doing all of this up here, blonde. Okay, halfway down, I would flip and start to merge in. All right, this one, very light, slightly copper blonde. So it's keeping that strawberry essence to the hair. That would be in the transition. Then towards the end, I would be mixing to this right here, this light copper golden blonde right here. Unless you wanted something darker, you let me know. This one? Okay. So how we would do this is I would separate everything, section it out. Then I would foil the top, so probably to about here. I'd foil. Yep. Then I would mix the middle color, that golden blonde, and I would put some gloves on and I would work right here like this through with my fingers to get a really nice ombre to mix them. Yep. And then at the bottom I would take a brush and I would brush it in so it would mix. You're okay with that? We would let it sit, then wash it out and do a treatment. Okay, that's what we'll do. And then as far as your cuts, we are going to do layers, correct? And you want some deep layers, like that one picture we looked at. Yep. And bangs. Would you like a straight bang, a curtain bang? Sure, I can show you some options. So we could do a very long bang like this one. That was less, but it just kind of merged into your layers. We could also do a swoop bang like this one that came over to the side and parted like that. These are always really pretty, but they do give a little more difficulty in terms of styling daily. Just letting you know. Here's another great example of that. Yeah, and then my recommendation would be to do somewhere a little bit of mix between the two. Let me show you. Trying to find the perfect picture. That's especially important if you're going to go back and forth between curly and straight hair. You don't want your hair to look weird if you don't style it a very specific way. You want to be able to do different things. So that's exactly what I see there. Hold on, I'm too far. So I'm thinking we would do something like this, where it's not too long into the hair, it's not too short, but you can see it falls about midway down her hair. And then if you did it straight, it would just flow in. If you did it curly, it would have like a voluminous effect like this. All right, that's what we'll do. All right, if you give me just a moment, I'm gonna go ahead and just write up the whole schedule for your appointment, okay? Just gonna do my color wheel here. I wanna see, I need to do cancel out some of this. Violets. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, we'll do a 60. We'll do a 1:1:5 ratio then. Okay, I think that's perfect. And we'll lift just a tad lift. That would be perfect. Okay, I'm just getting all my stuff lined up. Alright, so here's what we are going to do. Give me just a second, I'm going to write everything down. here's what we're gonna do. We've finished the consultation now, so we're just wrapping that up right now. We're gonna go ahead and move over to my station. I'm gonna mix up the dye. We're gonna do foils on the top. We're gonna do finger combing in the dye towards the middle. And then I'm gonna brush it in, sorry about that, on the very bottom. Okay, then we will let that heat at the drying station. After that, I'm gonna wash it out. I'm gonna do a scalp cleanse, and that's going to be a scrub that will exfoliate and then also moisturize. Yep, I will use a color safe shampoo that's going to help to tone these warm colors into the dye. Okay, then we will do a trim on your hair. We will do your layers. I'm going to do some deep layers, probably 3 at least, and then we will add your bangs. I will steam the hair then. Okay, it's where I'm going to, it is exactly what it sounds like. I'll take your hair that is still slightly wet and I'll go in and steam it. What that does is it helps it to release a bit, and also it will help me to be able to add in some really moisturizing treatment to your hair to combat the dryness and just restore it. I'll add some keratin. All right. Then we're gonna do your style. We're gonna give you a full blowout. We're gonna blow dry the full head of hair. All right. And then I will probably go in and do beach curls. Finally, I'm going to talk through with you the products that I used. I'll show you some of them, and then I will give you some free samples to take home before we wrap up. All right? Okay, great. So you get comfortable here. Okay, I'm gonna get all of my items set up and put away, and then we will get started on your dye. All right. I'll be back in just a minute. Alright, got everything together. I'm just gonna go ahead and put my apron on since we're working with the dye. So the next steps are gonna now be to go ahead and apply the dye to your hair. I'll section it out and everything, and then we will let it sit under the heated dryer, and then we'll go ahead and get you into the wash bowl today. And I do have a couple treatments I just picked out that I'll show you for your hair before we get started on the wash, okay? Okay, I got my apron tied. So I am going to be going in with that nice summer strawberry blonde color for the Biolage. And we will soften that and ease into the blonder, golden honey blonde for the second part of the Biolage, okay? So as I mentioned before, we'll go in with the brush, and I will work that into the top areas and down the shaft of the hair. Yep. And then we will follow up with adding the second color to your ends, and I will work that in with my hands with some gloves, okay? Okay. Just a little reminder, we are going in with the very light golden brown, that beautiful color, and the copper blonde, okay? Perfect. I'm going to be just over here for a moment mixing your color. So you just take a moment to relax, okay? Yes, so nothing with sulfates in it, and all of my products are Luxury Studio brand or Stylist, okay? It's not, yep. I'm just going to mix this color in. Okay, I gotta go ahead and pull my own hair back. Just for this part, yeah, makes it easier. Alright, I'm going to just brush through your hair a bit again. I'm going to start with this first section here. I'll start applying this to, like I said, the top of your hair, okay? Do you have any questions before we get started? Yeah, so once it's on, we will let you sit under the dryer for probably 30 to 40 minutes. And then we will do the scalp and the treatment on the hair and rinse. Alright, good. Got that all brushed out. I'm not going to foil the top around the scalp, obviously. Kind of defeats the purpose. I'll do some foils towards the bottom. But at the top, mostly I will just work that in and use the brush, okay? Alright, you feel free to stop me if you have any questions. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and start applying the dye. It does smell really good. I like this one a lot. It doesn't have that really chemical-like smell, you know? applying really nicely to your hair. Okay, just a little bit more on the side, and then we'll work in that section next. Okay, just gonna go ahead and work that in with my hands now on each side. Okay, so she probably pulled it through a cap. Yeah, sometimes that's really good if you're trying to kind of blend in a whole bunch of little pieces to change the color without a full dye. But for bywash, you don't want to do that one. Yeah. I honestly think it's like horrible pulling all that through the cap because it like pulls your hair. I don't mind doing it, but usually when I have clients that have to get it done, they don't like it. It is a nice option though to be able to do. It does like make it look really natural too. Go ahead on the next section. Okay. Yeah, I know what you mean. So I just take the top and I just kind of work down like this. And it just kind of, it gives that really nice ombre effect that you want. But it concentrates the dye at the top, so it's a technique that I like to use. You have any plans later? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's nice. It's starting to stay daylight out longer. You know what I mean? So you can actually have more of your day. Sometimes I'm doing stuff around the house and I realize it's like 8 o'clock and I'm like, oh, did not realize that because it's still bright outside. Don't get me wrong, like, I know a lot of people, like, do not like daylight savings time in the winter, but I kind of do because in the winter time, like, I'm really, like, ready to just have those, like, early nights, early evenings. I don't know. I like the transition. Right. Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so I got this section really well done. I'm going to do the back. So I'm gonna move to the shaft now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take what I have left of this color and just apply it around the shaft of the hair and then run my hands through. And it'll be a much lighter application than the top. Okay? Alright. So just gentle brush strokes all around the middle. Okay, and then this side. Back. Okay. Now I'm just going to run my hands through those areas. Just pulling it down towards the lower mid shaft of the hair. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mix up the second bowl of dye, and then we're going to apply some thick foils to the bottom, okay? Okay, now, before we get to the bottom part, I should have done this earlier and I forgot. I'm going to cape you. Luckily, we've only done the very top, so it's fine. I'm sorry. I aproned myself and didn't cape you. Some people actually don't like the capes, and they ask me, like, hey, mind if I don't use one? I'm like, yeah, you're okay if your clothes getting messed up. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put this around you. Okay. Does that feel comfortable? Get your hair out of the back. Good. Okay, perfect. Now you're ready to go ahead and add your foils. I have 2 foil sets here. I'll show you them both. So I have the Color Tracks sheets. I love these for spring. Not that it matters, but I do like theme foils kind of. These are really cute colors. Actually. So we have like these pretty blues. And we have these pinks. And these are actually pretty thick. I do prefer these. But though, although I do have these as well, this is the Sanix see-through foils, and I'll show you what these are for. These are much thinner, but they also have this little area in the middle, and it's plastic so that I can tell how quick your hair is curing with the dye, and that's a really nice thing to have. So I will probably put at least one of these on this section just so I can tell. Combing out the bottom here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start adding the foils to the lower sections. Starting with this one. And again, these are me doing the larger chunks. Still feeling good? Relaxed? Okay, good. Just let me know if you need to take a break or anything. So when I get all the foils I want in, then I'll go in and just paint lightly in the rest of the dye to bring that biolage effect. Okay. All right, here I'm going to use one of the clear foils. Yeah, you can hear these ones are a bit noisier. Good. All right. Go to this side. Go around those other foils. And do the next section. So I'm going to do 2 foils in the back, and then we will leave time the foils. Okay, this looks really good. Okay. Do one more over there, okay? So where do you usually go to do your get your hair done? I don't think you told me. Sorry if you did and I forgot. Okay. Oh yeah, she moved, didn't she? I remember. That was like, so probably about 6 or 8 months ago. That's around the time you said you last got your hair done. I heard that she closed down and moved, but I don't know where. Do you know where she went? Oh wow. So she moved far. Oh, that makes sense. I didn't know that. So you think she's gonna permanently stay out there for that, or? Interesting. Well, good for her. Yeah, she was really good. I got my hair done by her. I forget when it was, but I really liked her. A lot of times I just do my own, which is the main reason I didn't go back, but she's a really good stylist too. Yeah. Okay, let me just check these, make sure I got all the areas that I wanted to. Okay, so now I'm just going to go back in and just apply some light dye to the rest of the areas. Then get you in under here, okay? No, you can stay in the seat. I'll just come pull the heater in front of you. It's a mobile one. Yeah, it's very nice. So you don't even have to get up. Just going around those foils, making sure you get all the way down to the end. Okay. All right. Perfect. So I'm now going to put this plastic cap over your head for the curing process, and then I'm gonna go grab the heated dryer, and we will get your hair finished. Okay, so I'm just gonna gently put this on. Tell me if it's bothering you. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put this side in. Okay. Let me go grab the drying apparatus, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and lower this top over your head, okay? Don't want it to go too far down. Okay, just keep your head still. I'm just gonna put that right there. Okay. Does that feel okay? Alright, that's the bowl. Perfect. Okay, now I'm just gonna go ahead and switch this on for you, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna leave that on for about 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back and I'll check your hair. Alright, I'm just gonna switch this off, and I'm gonna go ahead and check your foils, okay? Okay, so I'm going to switch this back on for about 10 more minutes, and then we'll get you to the wash bowl. Okay, so go ahead and switch this on. Okay, and I'll be right back in about 10 minutes. You can enjoy your last few minutes of relaxation. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and switch this on and do one last little check. Oh, this looks great. Alright, I'm going to take the bowl off. Move that over. Okay, and then I'm going to take off. I'm just going to adjust your chair a bit. Okay, I'm going to take this cap off your head, the plastic one, before we take you to the wash bowl. Alright. Okay. Alright. So, before we go to the wash bowl, I'm going to show you a couple options for your treatment and shampoo. I have a ton of samples. So I do have a preferred shampoo and conditioner that I have out of the way. But I also have a few of these. So you grab them, and then if you prefer one of these, we'll use one of these. Okay. And if you still want one of these, then I can talk to you about them later. I'm just going to go through what's inside this. Okay. So I have the first one. Is called On the Rocks, and this is by Dry Bar. This is great for color, and it has obviously the shampoo and conditioner, and if this is a clarifying, which would be great for any buildup on your hair. Okay, the second option is a Whole Blends shampoo and conditioner. This is for hydration, and obviously shampoo and conditioner. This one has oat milk, rice cream, and it's a sulfate free. Now, as you know, I use Hask products. I was going to use a coconut oil one on you today. However, if you would prefer, I also have a clarifying and purifying charcoal by Hask. I have a curl control by Hask, and this one is honey and oat. And then finally, I have a Madison Reed set here, and this is a post-color formula. Okay, all right, we will do that today. And just follow me. We're going to walk right over to the wash bowl. Okay, so I'm going to add some charcoal product to the scalp right now. Okay. Alright, I am now going to use this textured cloth to just rub on the scalp area, okay? And this is going to exfoliate, okay? Just tell me if it's uncomfortable at any time for you, okay? And I'm just going to do a gentle rub. Still good? Okay. This kind of fabric, and it's paired with the charcoal. It really helps to cleanse and just get all that dead skin out. Alright, go ahead and just start that massage. this tool for this purpose. Really just kind of gently give that good deep scratch, but I have another tool I'll use later too. I'm going to do a little bit of scratching with my nails. I'll do gentle scratching, and just let me know if it bothers you, okay? Okay, now you do still obviously have that dye in there, so I'm going to go ahead and remove that now by just adding some water. Just going to add this to your hair. And go in with some of that shampoo that you chose. Okay. Just lather that, and now I'm going to just go ahead and put that in your hair. I'm just going to add a little bit more of that. With this head massager to just exfoliate and get that shampoo worked in. Okay, still feeling good? All right, well, let me know if that changes. Hands for a second. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and rinse now, okay? Just leaning back forward. Sorry, hopefully I'm not inconveniencing you there. Okay, just rinse. on your hair, and then we will finish up with your wash. Aside, and I'm going to do just the final rinse, okay? To sit you up. Okay. And then I'm going to wrap this a towel around. Let me just wipe my hands. Okay. Okay. Wrapping this towel around your hair. Okay. And I'm just going to dry your hair off. Doesn't it feel so fresh? That's probably the tea tree that you feel. I use some tea tree on your scalp. It's like nice and tingly. Yeah. Water temperature was okay and everything, yeah? Okay. Just around your ears, sorry. So, we're done with this section of your appointment. We're going to go ahead and head back into the studio area where we are going to comb out your wet hair, and then we will give you a trim before we blow dry, do your blowout in style. Okay? Okay, perfect. So just follow me. Okay, so I'm just going to finish drying off your hair with this towel, okay? How's your hair feeling from the wash? Good? Okay. Let me just see here. Get this other side too. I have a lot of people actually fall asleep during that portion, so don't feel bad. Okay, so take a look at the hair. Alright, so everything looks good. Yeah. So my only concern is I think that your hair has a little bit of hydrophobia, and as a result, it's having trouble taking in some of the product that we put in during the wash. This isn't uncommon at all, but what I typically do when that happens, I'm just going to adjust you here a bit. What I typically do when that happens is I use a steamer, and I steam the hair while I add in some product. Would you be open to that? So I'll show you what I do actually, and then you can decide. Yeah, because other than that, it's really just the ends a lot that need a little bit more in there. So let me just get your cape back on from having you under that dryer and that wash. I'm going to switch out your cape so you have a dry one. It's a little wet in the back. Okay, I'm going to take off the one you have. Okay, get this one. Have you ever had your hair steamed before? No? Okay. I'll tell you all about it, alright? Take this new cape on you. Just started raining out there. Perfect day for a little rainstorm. Alright, are you good? Cape feels good, right? Alright, perfect. So here is my steamer. This over here. This is my steamer, and what I would do is I would add some essential oils to the water in this tank, and then I would just steam the ends of the hair. While that is happening, I will be adding some products, mostly a leave-in conditioner mask, and I would just work that in with my hands. Your hair's still wet, obviously, from the wash, so we wouldn't have to really do anything there. The steam would just make it a little wetter, open the hair follicle, and allow the product to absorb. Yeah, exactly. And then I would just add your leave-in conditioner, and we would brush it through, and then we would do your trim as planned. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is get this plugged in and warmed up for us. Okay. Move my table up a bit so I can reach your hair with the steamer. Plug that in. Okay, that's plugged in. This is a hair essential oil I'm going to add in. Alright, do you have any concerns before we get started? Alright, I've turned on the steamer. You will hear it when it starts to heat up. Until then, I'm just going to go ahead and work some product into your hair. We're going to start with a rosemary mint refreshing detangler, okay? Okay, just going to work this in with my hands. Okay, I'm going to turn your chair just a bit to the side. There we go. Okay. This up. That's the steam starting to boil. Just give it a second. Okay. So it is steaming. I'm going to add it a little bit closer to your hair in the back. here on this side. Okay, now while that's steaming that side, I'm gonna comb and brush out the other side. How's it feel? Good? Okay, I'm just gonna focus it there. Okay, this is good. Very good. Alright, that's starting to definitely steam out the hair, so I'm going to go ahead and brush this through on this side. And then we're going to go ahead and add that leave-in conditioner mask, okay? Some of this over here on this side. You can tell it's really, the hair is starting to take the product better on this side. I'll switch over to the other side just a minute. For the layers, we're going to do the long layers still, correct? Didn't change your mind or anything. Okay, good. That sounds wonderful. I'm going to just switch your product over here now. It's going to go just behind you here. I'm going to brushing, which is probably what we'll do for you next time, but I really wasn't sure how your hair took water, so now I know. And this is the second best way to do it anyway, so your hair is still getting the benefit. Alright. Just a little bit longer. Just gonna put this back here. Let that keep hitting your hair on that side. And some more product over here. I'm just going to turn off the steam. Take another look at your hair here, right? Just working everything on that product, and I'm going to push my table back a tiny bit. We're not steaming anymore. Okay, this looks really good. I'm just gonna go over here. I need to just adjust your chair a bit there, it sounds like. Okay. Okay, I'm just working this in with my hands. Texture is definitely more hydrated now. I'm seeing you do have a bit of a natural curl pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and start sectioning the hair for the cuts. And I'm gonna do really a total of 3 sections for this one because I want to kind of treat the bangs as their own section since we're gonna taper them. Does that work for you? Okay. Just combing through. And they added a little bit too sharp of a taper when they did that. Okay, so you want to do very subtle. Yeah. What I'm gonna do is I'll start super subtle, and then we'll slowly taper in as you see it, and then that way we can't mess it up because you'll see every transition point, and you can tell me if it's too much, if I need to, or too little, or I need to add some more. Okay. All right. So sectioning. Section this side. Alright, I'm going to start with those sides right now, and then I'll go ahead and start the trim. Okay, you let me know if you need a break or anything like that, alright? Alright, so this one. Alright, so I'm going to cut off about 1/2 inch from the ends. Is that alright? Alright. So I start on this side and then I'll go match it on the other side. Okay. Your last cut, did they do it dry cut or wet cut? Okay, yeah, I can tell. So I think they did the dry cut, and it essentially created an issue where some of your hair was more coiled at that time, and so it appeared to be shorter, so they cut it. The pieces of hair that were a little bit less textured at that time to match those. So when they drop now, they appear to be different lengths. So I'm just cleaning that up. It's easy. It's not hard at all. It's no worries. It's gonna look great. I mean, it already looks really good, so don't worry about that. Steam also helps to relax the texture a little bit, so that also plays into it a bit. Yeah. just texturizing the ends a bit. Okay, that section is done. I'm gonna move the clips out. What do I want to comb out? Brush that out. Do a gentler brush. I'm gonna do a wet brush. There we go. Gonna add a little bit of water because it's starting to dry. I just want to keep it wet for the cut. Okay. No, it doesn't have anything in it. It's just water. Just run my hands through that. Okay, back to the cut. I'm going to section the next part. This will be your second set of layers in the mid shaft of the hair, okay? Alright, I think that one looks really good. Alright, so get started on the second set of layers. Okay, I'm gonna go over here. This transitioned really pretty. you can see where it goes from the dark up top to the lighter with that red on the bottom. Looks really, really good. Hopefully that's what you expected to. Yeah? Okay, good. So I'm just gonna frame this down a bit. Do the same on this piece over here. We're gonna just trim and just frame down a tiny bit. So this is the second set of layers, and we want it to taper into the bang seamlessly from the back. So that's what we're doing here. Trimming that end, then tapering. All right. Looks good. I'm going to taper this piece in a bit more. So I think when we actually do your style, we are going to have to straighten a bit just to get everything on the same page in terms of flow, because if not, you're going to have that same effect where the texture in the back's a little tighter than the front, and it's not going to fall the same. Yeah, that's what I think too. I'm going to cut off all this section, this bit on the end here, because it's really dead. Add a little bit of oil there. I'm going to release a bit more. Here, and then we will do the third set of layers. Looking good. I'm going to go ahead over here, make sure this one lines up, and we'll start on the last section of the hair, if that works. Okay, let me see here. push your chair back this way. Thanks. Sorry. Alright, so I've got the second set of layers done. I'm going to just give it a little brush, make sure everything's looking good up until this point, and then we'll start on the third set. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and section out for the bangs. Yeah. Just going to put that there. Then this section. Alright, we're going to start with this section of the bangs. I'm going to just brush them in front of your face for a second. Alright, so your main concern on the bangs is that they will taper too tightly, like the angle will be too sharp, right? Okay, so what we're gonna do to avoid that is I'm gonna start the taper. I'm gonna do it really slow, and then we will increase it, okay? And then whatever you decide on this one, we'll match it for the other side. Okay, so I'm just gonna really carefully. Sorry. Okay. Just brush this out, let that hair fall back. Okay, and what? That way. Okay, just put that there. All right, look in the mirror. I know it's kind of hard to see, but just look at how it tapers there. Is that what you want? A little bit more? All right. Go back there and do that. I'm going to leave that here for just a second, okay? I don't use this much anymore, but it's a actual taper comb, and I'm going to put this and use this as the main instead of cutting. Okay, it's gonna go really slow, so maybe you would feel it's kind of cutting the hair a little bit in pieces. Okay, a little bit more. Okay. And that's, I think, is going to be the perfect amount I'm going to just push this right back in front just so you can see the full amount of tapering. What do you think of that? Good? Alright, so I'm going to match this side to that. And then we should be good to go. Alright, bring this in front of your face again. Yeah, this part is not ideal, so sorry your hair's in your face for a minute. Okay. I think right about there. Alright, so I'm going to taper from the other opposite direction. Okay. Alright, needs a little bit more. I thought somebody was pulling into the parking lot. I was like, I do not have any more appointments today, but it looks like they were turning around, so. Okay, let's finish this. I'm gonna go up the opposite direction. Alright, that's perfect. Alright, I'm gonna pull the other section forward so I can just make sure that they are matching perfectly. Alright, so it's just gonna all be in your face for just a second, okay? Just gonna trim a little bit more on these areas. Sorry, that's like right there. Okay. Sorry, this is the hardest part, just making sure everything is lining up perfectly. Believe it or not, I think the fringe is good. I just need to trim the base. One second. Forward, it doesn't. Okay. Perfect. Okay, take a look. Yeah? Alright, that is perfect. I'm just gonna apply a little bit of this product to your scalp really quick before we start the style. Okay, brush this in. being moisturized and oiled, and the scalp so no dandruff. Alright. So just check the back. Love it. So I think we're ready to go ahead and start on your hairstyle. This is going to be really fun. So let me go ahead and grab my tools. Do you want to take a little break? Grab a drink? Okay, there's a snack and drink bar right in the back. So why don't you go ahead and do that while I'm getting all of my tools together for your hairstyle. Okay, perfect. I'll see you in just a minute. Okay, just take a look here. All right, so we have all of that treatment done. The leave-in conditioner. Good. Just looking at your hair here. And it's really, we just need to complete your style. Your hair is feeling much more hydrated. And I think that trim really brought some of those layers to life. So I love this for you. Yeah. All right. So what we need to be doing now for the next part of your appointment, we are going to do your style. So obviously I'm going to need to dry your hair. Put some heat protectant on it as well. Yeah, I think this is really good. I'll put some heat protectant on it, and then we will go ahead and dry it. So I have my hair dryer here. This is going to be a warm medium heat, so not too much heat issues on your hair. And I'm going to use my blowout circular brush to just brush through the hair like this in a circular motion as I dry it. Does that work? Okay. Have you ever had a blowout? Been a while? Alright. But you generally know what to expect? Yeah. So it's a lot of styling. I will apply some products as we go through it. And after this, I also will take you up to the checkout counter, and I'm gonna make some recs to you in terms of, you know, products to upkeep your style, hydrate the hair, that type of thing. So we can do that after. The first part of the blowout's gonna be a lot of drying, and then I'll go in with my iron, my curling iron, and just kind of bring some volume in. What do you want to do with the bangs we cut? Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good idea. Okay, that's what we'll do. Alright, I'm going to start by just sectioning out your hair. I'm going to do a couple of sections for the blowout, alright? And you just let me know if you need anything. I know we just had a little break, but just in case. So you said you were doing dinner later with your new style. Anybody special for dinner? Okay, that'll be fun. Where are you going? Oh, okay. That's a really nice place, isn't it? Have you been before? So I heard that they have like some of the most unique appetizers ever. That's cool. Oh, sorry. Just got a knot. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did. It was like a carrot appetizer or something, right? Yeah, it was in like a magazine or something, like one of the Good Housekeeping magazines or something. I know what you're talking about. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a heat protectant. This one is by Beyond the Zone, and it's called Turn Up the Heat. I do have this for sale as well. It smells amazing, and it is so good. It's hydrating, but it also is really good heat protector. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. A little bit on the bottom. So, important thing about applying your heat protectant is you just don't want to overdo it, because it will make your hair too wet. You want your hair wet when you're curling it, right? Exactly. Okay, that side is ready. And then I'll just hit this side really quick. Okay, I think both sides, let me just get this right here, sorry. I think both sides are good. And I am going to go ahead and just start with my curling iron, or I'm sorry, my hair dryer. And you let me know if it's too loud, too hot, anything like that, okay? I'm going to start on the top section over here first, okay? Okay, this section is looking really good already. Let's go back in again. Here. Don't mind my dog. I brought her to work today, and she's a little sniffing back there. She's just curious about the hair dryer, probably. Sorry, I know, moving your hair a little bit in your head, but being as gentle as I can. Is that okay? All right. Some people use that. I don't like to. I feel like if you use that Dyson thing, it's not a real blowout. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna go back in with the dryer now. is looking good. I'm gonna tease that hair up just a bit. I want to make sure that it's got a lot of volume there, okay? Okay, I'm back. Sorry. All right, so this side is looking good. I'm gonna hit up this section. This is just some frizz control. Yeah. So, do you plan on kind of keeping up with a more regular cut in the future? Mm-hmm. How often are you wanting to? Uh-huh. Yeah, I'd say about 8 weeks, maybe 10 at the most. All right, I'm gonna go back in on this side with the brush, okay? Sorry, this section is a bit, there we go. Okay. Okay, that looks great. Okay. Perfect. Right, just gonna get back started with that brush again on this side. Okay, I'm just gonna adjust you this way. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Your hair's really long, so sometimes towards the end is where you start to get a little bit knotty when you're trying to do a blowout. No big deal. I think we've got it under control. A little bit of that detangler. So I just got this chair replaced, and you can feel it's like moves pretty easy. It's like this new technology that they have. Do you like it? So it's supposed to kind of, I wouldn't say predict movement, but so if I'm like pulling this way, it adjusts you a little bit, versus if you're like moving, it doesn't. I don't know how they do it. It's like, okay, let's see. I'm gonna do this section next. Okay, got my brush, my hair dryer, and here we go. Sorry. Okay. Perfect. Tease that a bit. Just over here only, okay. All right. And just like that. Let's see your part here. Okay, I'm just gonna blow dry this section in the front, okay? It's gonna be in your eyes just a little bit for a couple minutes. Okay. So I'm not done your blow dry yet, but I just want to get this shaped while it's still as product. Then I'll pin it so it stays in place while we're doing the rest of your blowouts. So I'm just gonna bobby pin it up. Okay, good. All right, I'm gonna move back here and continue the blow dry. A little bit of more heat protectant. Okay, here we go. Looking good. I'm going to do this section now. Switch hands. So, this part we're done drying now. And as you can see, I am blow drying everything forward. It's going to give us a nice frame around your face, okay? Frame this back out this way. Sorry, I got a little, there we go. Get my comb really quick there for that. Got it. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and I am going to do a little bit of hair oil. Just on the very end, so and then we'll get to curling. Curl is still good and secure there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start the curling process, okay? Let me see if I can find my other comb. Just okay, this side. I think I've got everything good. Just looking, sorry, I'm a perfectionist. I make sure everything's perfect. All right, I'm gonna start your hair on a low heat setting. Okay. Basically, just bringing everything forward to frame your face. Yep. Got that. Okay. Have you ever had a blowout with larger curling barrel? Maybe next time we could do something like that. I think it would be really pretty. Yeah, I agree. Like a 1, maybe 2 inch, or 2 or 3 inch, maybe. Yeah. So when you're done, I'll meet you just over there. Right there, we have the products set up there, and I can help go through maintenance, and we can ring you up. I have my little station there, my cash register. Are you interested in just kind of fully redoing your product lines that you have and use? Okay, yeah, we can talk about that. That's a great idea. You're kind of starting over, got your nice salon hair makeover, and now you just want to change up your products. So I usually just kind of reserve the last roughly 30 minutes of the appointment for that exact thing. Sectioning, exactly. So if you do this at home, you're just going to want to take the top half of the hair and clip it back like I did and dry that. And then once the bottom is dried, as you're framing with a brush like I used towards your face, then you're going to finish that and do the top section, the top half. You can go by bottom and top, or you can do like bottom left, bottom right, bottom or top left, top right. Then once everything is framed towards the face, you already have some bigger lush curl at the end of the hair from, hold on, I'm just getting another second, from that brush that you're going to use, and I can sell you one if you don't have one. And then you're going to use the rest of the time to take the top layers of the hair that don't get as much of that lushness on the face because they're the top. You're going to curl them. Just careful right there, and don't get your hair caught. Exactly. It doesn't, honestly, I don't think blowouts are hard. They're strenuous. Like, it's not the technique that's difficult, it's the length of time and having your arms up, doing it yourself the whole time. That's what makes people not do them at home. And honestly, it's why people come into the studios to get them done so much. Can't blame them. Don't like I do mine at home. This one I'm going outward, so the curl will come like back a little bit like that. Alright, looks gorgeous. We just got a couple more here. Give you a good spray afterwards. Sorry, didn't mean to pull you. Yeah, I can write it down for you. When we have the end of the appointment where I'm doing the products, I'll write down the process, okay? Just going to, what brush do I want? Fluff that out a bit, sorry. All right. The volume is voluming. I'm gonna add a little bit of hairspray here. Oops, that was already opened. Okay, there we go. All right, and do the same thing on this side. Perfect. Love it. Just gonna rub that. Kind of finger combing to get that absorbed. A little bit on that back piece right there. Finger comb that. All right, looks so pretty. Right, I'm gonna take the bobby pins out of the front. Good. Just want that to kind of fall in line. What was that? Oh, okay. You. Okay, she's your friend, and she's looking for someone to do hair. What does she want done? Like a cut? Do you know? Oh, a curly cut. Yeah, I do curly cuts. What's her hair type? Yep, 4C. I actually have experience doing 4C hair. I would love to give her a curly cut. So we'd obviously want to do a wash and a moisturizing treatment, probably some steam as well for her, honestly. Steam really helps with 4C hair types to absorb moisture better. And just would probably do that in the bowl, and then yeah, brush through hydration treatment, and then we would do, like, you know, the trim and everything. I do braids as well, so we could do some braiding if she was interested, or just a curly cut styling. Let her know my information if you don't mind. Tell her to give me a call. And just say that you referred her. She'll get a discount, and so will you next time you come. Okay. Just make sure this is parted. I'd love to. I'd love to. Please give my information to her. Alright, I think we're about done. I'm going to give a little tiny bit more hairspray. I don't want to over hairspray you, but... Okay. Over here. Okay, perfect. Alright, so now I'm going to just make a comb, little brush. Okay, and that side good. Same thing here. I think you are so ready to go. Wow, the volume is voluming, like I said, beautiful. Take a look in the mirror there. Anything you want me to change? No? Okay. Alright, so you're all good. I'm going to take your cape off, okay? Okay. Now I am going to just have you follow me right there to the counter, and we'll go over products. I'll write down your process that I'm going to recommend for you, and we can reschedule you if you want to schedule an appointment, or for your friend if you want. I can send an email, referral email, and then we can also get you your free samples. All right, cool, let's go. They're in front of the booth, and I'm gonna pull up your profile before we start going through the items I used on you, so that we can note everything, and then I'll get you ringed up for your service today, reschedule all those things. Okay, so just start here. Okay. And could you just remind me of your phone number? Perfect. All right, so I'm just gonna close out your service. Perfect. Now, do you want to go ahead and pay for your service, or do you want to do that at the end with everything else? Yeah, so you do have a 10% off of your service since it was your first one. We can go ahead and ring that up if you want, since it wouldn't apply to the products if you purchase any products, and then we'll get to your samples. Okay, perfect. So let me just get you rung up for that. So we're gonna have your consultation, your hair wash, color, trim, and blowout, style, steam, and scrub. Okay, perfect. So your total for your service is $159.22, and yes, we do take cards. And then it's just going to ask you a couple of questions. I'm going to give you that pad there. I'll hold it for you. There you go. Okay, thank you. And then you wanted to use this card, correct? Okay. And there's your card. And do you need a receipt? Yep. What's your email? Okay. So I emailed you the receipt. So let's go ahead and just talk through the products that we had on you. Yeah, we can do that now. Absolutely. I don't blame you. I forget stuff like that too. So, your next appointment, let me get my appointment book. Okay, let's see. Okay, and you wanted to do, what was the next service? Did you want to do the full luxury experience that you did today, or? All right. Let me get my appointment book out. So we're looking probably around 8 weeks, I would say. Is that okay? Okay, this week. So I have any days open Wednesday through Friday. Yep, and I also have the following week, Monday and Tuesday. Okay, let me just write you in here. And that would be about a 4-hour service again. Let me just write whatever you want to do. Put that there. And what's a good phone number for you? Okay, perfect. Set that aside. And I will remind you, since you did pick a similar but a little bit of a different service, here's what we offer for that service. Back at the front, sorry. Okay, so it's all of this right here straight down. So the main difference is instead of the scalp scrub, you would get a deep repairing hair mask. And then we do a clarifier as well before that. And then instead of the blowout, you can just pick any of these styles. So it's a full curl, a straighten, or other, which is typically just a more basic style. Someone will do like French braids, stuff like that. And it's just a regular, and the regular is like, so it's all of these. And then it adds those on the back. Okay. I just wanted to make sure you understood what you were booking, since it was a little bit different from what you got today. Okay, so moving right into the products, I'm going to go over with you some of the products that I used on your hair today. All of those are for sale, and you just need to let me know what you want, and I can give you the pricing for them as well. So I'm going to just start out with the main products. Let me go grab these. Okay. So here, I know it seems like a lot, but obviously we did do a lot to your hair today as well, so bear with me. So starting out, I did detangle your hair. And I used this strawberry oat milk detangler. When I sprayed that, it just helps release, but also condition. So if you have any knots, anything like that, this is a great product for you. And you can just hear good spray. Love this one, and it smells really fresh. This one through us is $7.99. All right. Next, I did go in with the Briogeo Scalp Revival, and this was because you were complaining about issues with itching on the scalp a little bit and slight irritation. This bottle is a little bit more expensive. I believe this one's $42. It's because it is a dandruff relief shampoo, and it has charcoal and salicylic acid in it. It is for psoriasis and dermatitis. And you can see the size of the bottle. It's 8.4 ounces. Just your regular shampoo bottle. Now, this one is good to just use about once a week. You can use it every time, but you don't need to use it every time. And then kind of just test it if you're still having some itching, maybe, because I know you said you wash your hair 3 times a week. Yeah, so I would start once a week with this one since it was a little bit more expensive. And then just see how it works. And if you need an extra day, just work out from there. Then I did go in with this. This is the scalp massager, which you just rub over the hair. And it is very calming. Obviously, a lot of people like these. These are just 99 cents right now. If you were interested in one. Yeah, you can just tell me at the end. I know, because you might change your mind based on how much you want to spend. So then the next product was the hydrating coconut oil conditioner. This is for hydration and repair. Also, just your regular shampoo top. This one is 12 ounces, a bit bigger. much, much more affordable. This one is about $10. Yeah, I love this one. It's very, very good hydrating shampoo. Okay, in between then, when I washed your hair and did the treatment, we used a rosemary apple cider scalp detox and tonic. This is 5 ounces, and it is also a clarifier. You can use it in place of a shampoo. I recommend doing it with a light shampoo. So maybe using the instead of the conditioner, getting the shampoo of the Hask and using it with this on days that you don't use this one. It's a great option, and I'll just show you how I kind of apply it. So I go in like this. And I'm obviously not applying it, the lid is on, but just so you know, I just go and just run it through, just like that. It's also super relaxing to just kind of, I don't know, this tip, it feels really good. Okay, now, whenever we had finished, sorry, my hair is in my face. Whenever we finished your wash and we brought you back over, we had a scalp treatment with the steam. I went in with this one. This is the Pacifica Scalp Love. It's rosemary mint. It also has peptides and caffeine to kind of just awaken the scalp. And it has a really nice spray. Really smooth. I love this one. This is 5 ounces as well. Lasts a really long time though. This one is $8. I will let you know, I also used a special drying towel on you. So this is what it looks like. And it is super absorbing, which is really great if you have a lot of hair, that especially hair that holds water. So you can just wrap this in it, and it really does help to reduce a lot of the breakage that you often have with a towel if you're like taking it and going, which obviously you don't want to do. I also like the shape. So you can see it's shaped like a hood almost, a long hood, so that you just drape it over the hair, grab it, twist it, and bring it up. And there's a little button here. And sorry, my stuff fell over. It's a little button and it connects at the bottom. So here is the little elastic bit. You can see that. And you would just bring this over here. And that's how it kind of stays on your hair while you are, you know, putting lotion on, whatever, doing your after shower routine before you're ready to do your hair. Yeah, so these come in a pack of 3 for $15, or you can get 1 for $8. And the pack of 3 is this one, this gray one, a light pink, and a light blue. Okay, so the other option, if you don't like these, and some people just don't like the texture or the feeling on their hair, so I do recommend in those situations going with just a regular microfiber. These are small. I use these in the salon just to, like, you know, leave my tools on, wipe my hands, drape over or around your neck during a cut. But I have larger ones, and you can feel these are really hyper absorbing as well, so they're very good if you need anything like that, that you want to kind of in place of something like that. You can also just use these regular for anything, like literally. And you can just regularly wash them, and the same thing here, you just wash them. Okay. I don't sell these little ones. I just wanted to bring it up to you. A lot of people just want an option instead of this one. Then I used a heat protectant on your hair before we started your blowout. So that was the BTZ Beyond the Zone. This one is called Turn Up the Heat. This one is especially good for flat iron protection. But obviously it's any heat. So I used it before we blow dried and did some of the curling. Also has a really nice spray. It's a shorter spray so you don't oversaturate the hair. This is a sample one, which I'm just going to send home with you today for free. Okay, I don't have any of the big ones in stock, but next time if you come and you liked the sample, let me know, and I should have more of the regular sizes in at that time. Okay, so let me, are you thinking you want to purchase anything so far? All right, so I'm going to ring this in for you. What did you want to go home with today? Okay, you wanted the shampoo. All right, and what else? Anything else? Oh, let me set this over here because you're taking that home. Okay, this one. All right, and anything else? The scalp love. Okay. And you already have the conditioner, you said, right? Okay, so I'm going to put that aside. What else? This one. Okay, and you're not going to do the detangler. No, that's fine. All right. Did you want to use, I know we had talked about the mousse, even though we didn't use it on you today. This is the mousse that I use. It's Not Your Mother's Curl Talk mousse. This is a sample, but it's not a free one because as you can see, it's pretty large. This one's 5. Let's pop that off. Okay, so this one as well. All right, I do have some tools that I want to show you later that we have on sale this week, if that's okay. But I'm going to go ahead and just bring you up. And before I get started, did you want a receipt today? You did. Okay, perfect. I'm just letting you know I will be giving you a carbon receipt. I know it's kind of old school, but we don't have a receipt printer, so everything we log on the computer, we just get your receipt up for you. All right, before we do that, I'm going to just put these over here. Log back in. It's locked me out while I was talking to you. Okay, that's perfect. All right, so let me just get your things up and then I'll place them right here if that's okay. Alright, so I am ringing this up just for my purposes. It doesn't, you'll see on the computer, it doesn't show up as a charge, okay? I have to type this one in. Write this up for you. It's today. And if you go home and you don't like any of these, they are, you can bring them back for 30 days, okay? Next, I'm going to do your Curl Talk mousse. Again, this one is the $5 one. Next, we're going to do the Pacifica Rosemary Apple Cider Scalp Detox and Clarifier. Then the Pacifica Scalp Love Spray. Finally, the Briogeo Scalp Revival Dandruff Relief Shampoo. That one didn't work. 1 second. It has an extra code because it's so expensive to make sure it's, you know, almost like a, you know, they have like the ink tags, but you can't really put that on shampoo. Yeah. That one is 42. Okay. So I have the receipt here, but I'm gonna pause for a second while we look at the products. Is that okay? All right. So like I said, I have this here. It's our sale booklet for the month, and it has some of the tools that are on sale, okay, for spring. So we have, I'm just gonna go over a couple of them with you. And there's also back here, I'll show you later, a couple products. So starting off, we have the hair dryer. This is a blue one, but it's the exact model I used on you. And it is by Bedhead. It is normally $50. It is on sale for $20. Yep. I don't think I have the blue color, but I have white. Then we have the straightener. This is the Coolway Low Heat Auto Sense Straightener. Let me just read this to you because it's a new technology and I think you might be interested. This is the only low heat hair styling tool out there. This iron actually measures the moisture in your hair, then automatically sets the optimum temperature for straightening or curling. The result, the low heat, less than 299 degrees Fahrenheit, passes over hair for zero damage and flawlessly smooth locks. This one is $129.95 right now. It is usually $250. This one I don't have in stock, but you can purchase the rest of it shipped to your home. It is a very good technology, especially if you want to continue to style heat, but you're trying to prevent damage. Okay, then we have the Coolway spray. This is similar to your heat protectant. And this one is $15.95 right now. It's usually $25. All right. We have the Sultra Bombshell Oval Rod Curling Iron. I'm gonna be honest with you, I used this. I wasn't a fan because it doesn't have a clip. So for me, I like the curling iron with the clip. When it doesn't have that, it really makes you just hold it, and oftentimes you get the ends of your hair are straight because they can't fully curl. Do you mind if I answer this call? Sorry, it might be somebody making an appointment. Thank you for calling Luxury Hair. This is Midnight. Can I help you? Oh, hi. How are you? Yeah. You want to schedule? Okay. Can you give me your phone number? I'm just grabbing my appointment book. Looks like you got just a trim last time. Is that what you wanted to do? Oh, the roots. Yes, can definitely work with that. So, sorry, I'm looking for the page. Let's see, she has this week, Thursday at 5. I'm gonna do that one. Okay, how do you spell your last name again? I'm sorry. Okay, and tell me your phone number again. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we're doing the trim. And root color only. And you're just matching your current roots, correct? Okay. Yeah, I put you on her schedule. And did you want me to send you a text message reminder? Okay, I'm gonna need the phone number one more time. I'm sorry. Yeah, that sounds right. Probably about 110. Because it's a color service. Well, yes, because it's a color service, it does come with the wash. Okay. Yeah, you said. I'm so sorry about that. Just wanted to answer because I'm the only one here today, as you know. Alright, so like I was saying, I prefer a curling iron with this, but you might like something different. Okay, you agree? Alright, and then I also have the styling brush on sale this week that I used for you, and that is right there. I think you said you didn't really like that one. Okay, and then I also have a blowout dryer, but you said you liked the bedhead one, right? Okay, let me find the other products. Were you looking for anything specific? Because I can look and see if we have anything on sale. If you were. You're not. Okay. 1 second. Is this it? Maybe. Oh, here we go. So we do have the the spring product sale here. We have some hairspray, we have the aerosol and the pump, and then we also have 2 oils. We're looking for a hair oil today. No hair oil. Alright, so you just want to order the straightener that has the moisture sensing, of course. So let me just log it back in and we'll get that on order for you. Let me see the product number. Okay. And we have it in pink, purple, black, and blue. The blue one is this color here. It's like a teal, aquamarine kind of color. It looks like on here the pink is like a hot pink. Yeah? Okay, pink. Alright, I've got that. And I need your shipping address. Okay, and the zip code. Perfect. And let me just add the you get it at the salon distributor price, so I have to add my stuff. Yeah. It's only on sale through salons right now, that's why. Okay, and your email? All right, perfect. So I've just ordered that and it emailed you your receipt and your tracking information. Let me finish off the receipt for these and then we'll do your sample, okay? Okay, so let me add that. And the straightener is going to go on here as well. All right. So the product total is going to come to $221.97. Card. Thank you. All right, and emailed receipt, and then there's this, and then let me give you okay, so here is your receipt. All right, if you do need to bring anything back, just bring this with you, okay? Perfect. I'm going to fold that up and I'm going to set it right here with your products. All right, finally, I do have the sample bag. I know a lot of people like to take just some things home with them for free to try and see if you like them. And these are all things that are provided by our suppliers, so we do have these and we use these in-house. So if you like them, you can come back and request that we use them on you at an appointment or purchase them here. Okay, so obviously I'm gonna stick to hair products today. So the first one I have is this Oat Delicacy by Whole Blends. It is a shampoo and a conditioner. It is hydrating, smoothing, and protecting hair products. It is gentle. It has oat milk, rice cream extracts. And these are really good size samples, so you can get a couple washes out of these probably. Alright, the next thing I have for you is the Dry Bar on the Rocks. This is, everybody asked me if I have samples of this, so I run out fast. This is a clarifying shampoo. So you asked me about this clarifier. This is what I used. So I typically use these for my curly haired clients, clarifying their hair before we go in with an actual deep treatment. Okay. Let me get the next thing for you here. So I also have a repair mask that I'd like to share with you. So this is the Whole Blends Repairing Mask by Honey Treasures. And this one is super thick. I like to leave this one on for at least 10 minutes. And it has royal jelly, honey, and propolis extracts for healthier and stronger natural hair. It smells really good. If you're like a vanilla creamy type of scent person, this is a really good scent for you. So you also bought the Hask last time you were here, and I have another coconut milk organic honey curl mask. I know your hair is not super curly, but it's not like pin straight like mine, so you might still like this. This one is just the Curl Complex shampoo. I don't think that they sent me any conditioners for this. Yeah, I don't see any. I think somebody else asked me that too. Yeah, I know. I don't see any, so it's okay, right? Just use your other mask with this. That would be my recommendation. Okay. Oh wait, is this it? I swear I just saw one. No, it's a different yellow. Sorry, it's a yellow one. So yeah, this is just the curl shampoo. Okay, since we did add a little bit of blonde in your hair with that honey color, I do have this hue, and this is the purple blonde toner shampoo, but I'll leave it up to you if you want this, because this is for cool blonde, and you did not like those toners. Some people want to give it to somebody, whatever, but no? Okay. Perfect. Then I do have a Madison Reed set for color protection. This is the shampoo. And this is the conditioner, and this is just gonna lock in your color. I would recommend, if you use this, to use it the next time you wash your hair. I used a color locking shampoo today for you as well. Not this one. You want this one too? Okay. And let me see if there's anything else that you might like. I did show you this earlier in the appointment, but I do have this charcoal cleansing conditioner from Hask as well. Yep. And that's up to you. You don't have to take it if you don't want to use it, but you want it? All right. So I think that is mostly everything that I have for something that you might like. I also have this scalp oil that you might be interested in. It's by Strivectin. It comes in this little container. It usually has like a serum applicator, a dropper, but I guess because of the samples they don't. But I just use that around the part areas, especially, you know, if you've been out in the sun, maybe your scalp's been exposed. Okay, I'll set it there. Put these aside. I just need to take a note quickly of the samples today we're sending home with you. So those down. I'm going to set these right here with your other products in the bag. Do you have any questions about any of the products today? Okay, well, thank you for a really enjoyable experience and appointment today with you. I will see you in 6 weeks, and have a great rest of your day. You too. Bye-bye.